This is part of my intermittent fasting. Speaking of fasting, a lot of us go and get our annual blood work this time of year, which requires us to fast for 12 hours. And we do that as part of our annual physical. When you go to your doctor's office and get your physical, even if you've been diagnosed with something, let's say it's hyperlipidemia or something like that, you have the right to have it coded as preventive because everybody under ACA gets preventive care paid at 100%. So you're there for your annual blood work. They would do that whether you had high cholesterol or not. They would order the lab work. So you have the right to have that paid as preventive care. And not a lot of people think that they have that ability, and then they get a bill and they're like, well, wait a minute, I went there for my annual visit. They've seen that you've been treated for something in the past. They're probably going to code it as diagnostic. So I get that right out in the open for the get go. And the other thing on that is if they order the lab work and they have their own lab facility, they look at that as another profit center, right? So it's probably a significant markup as opposed to an independent lab. I would go around and shop that pricing in the event that you do have something that goes diagnostic and it goes to your deductible. It's worth looking around. I do it anyway on principle. My doctor always kind of gives me this befuddled look after I've fasted for my annual physical, or if I haven't fasted. I said, no, I'm going to get my lab work somewhere else. And he asked me why. And I said, well, you guys are probably 3 times the cost of what it would be for an independent lab that's actually closer to my home. So worth doing that if it's something you're going to pay out of pocket or just in principle to help keep the cost of care down and keep everybody honest.